Welcome back to this Saturday's edition of Market Makers and Risk Takers. I am your host, Lainey Savante Quirk, along with Aaron Henry Diaz, and we are here with Tigo and Tracy Venturi of the Venturi team of realtors at Keller Williams. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Lainey.
Great to be here again.
Thank you. And you have a special guest today, so this is exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's for me, this is Tigo. I've got a very special guest because she happens to be my sister, but is also an excellent interior designer in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, and just happened to be in town this weekend. So we thought, gosh, we're going to drag her in here and talk about home design. I thought it'd be a great topic. So, Gia Venturi, thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. This is such a joy. I'm thrilled to.
Yeah.
I like her radio voice.
Yeah.
Excellent Venturi team.
The Venturis, man. You guys, you have the radio voice down to a T. It must be in the genes or something.
Not like Eddie, though. I mean, come on. I mean, he's got the voice.
There's
right?
only one Eddie Aragon.
There's only one Eddie Aragon. Hey, and by the way, to Eddie and everybody here, congratulations on the new app, the ABQ.FM.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using it. It's great. I've been using it on my desktop and on my mobile phone.
How'd you like that desktop player?
That's pretty cool looking.
It's crazy, huh?
It's retro.
It is very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
thank you. So they'll be listening to you on there as well. Download the app and you can hear the Venturi team anywhere, everywhere.
So, Tracy and I, there was one thing I wanted to bring up just on market stats. I know they're not that exciting, but the FHFA, which is the Federal Housing Finance Authority, they're the ones that oversee Fannie and Freddie, which do about 95% of all the loans in the country. So it's a pretty important deal, but they track metro areas and prices, and they finally put out their 2014 numbers, and they're tracked a 3% appreciation in the Albuquerque market for all homes. So it's an interesting number. I mean, Tracy's looking at me like that doesn't sound right.
Well, when we look at it, we think it's about 1%. So it's interesting that stat was a little bit higher. We're not really feeling it when we're selling homes.
No, it seems like we're still steady. So let's just jump right into home design, home trends. And, again, Gia, thanks for being here. And you do – what type of work do you do in Phoenix and Scottsdale?
Both residential and commercial design for 17 years now. So I have a pretty broad spectrum of
Has it been that long? Oh, my gosh.
Of experience.
I remember it seems like a couple days ago you started doing it.
Was she designing your house when you guys were growing up? Was she making everything really cool?
You know what's interesting? I remember her talking about that's what I'm going to do when I grow up, like when you were really young.
Yeah. I remember painting my bedroom orange and purple, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And, with the Peter Max paintings, it was perfect.
Say, in the 70s, orange and purple, I mean, that was it.
I was styling.
So, actually, let's jump right into that since we're talking color. So what are the hot design trends in color right now if somebody's either for their home or commercial?
Well, so we've been in this phase of kind of old world Tuscan style, and people are tired of it. So they're moving away from, and brown came back in a big way in the past about 7 years, and people are just tired of it. So they're moving away from the browns as the neutrals, and gray, I'm calling gray as the new brown. And it really is. So grays, and not just like a cement gray, a real cool kind of gray, but the warm grays. And so it's a range of palettes from light to dark. So that's the neutral that I'm seeing. And then rather than the red, gold, green scheme that went so well with the brown, they're moving away from that into bolder, brighter pops of color, which of course work really well with gray as a background neutral. And so that's the trends that I'm seeing in terms of color are the pops of color, warm grays, white creams, even though we know how impractical that is on a sofa, but they are coming back in.
It's interesting because one of the reasons you're here this weekend is we're in the process of redesigning an office for ourselves, and you're going to help us with that, so thank you. But, we've been looking at a lot of design stuff, and that's what I see when I'm looking on Pinterest and all these people that post boards about, different things in design, and that seems to be where we're going.
I was going to say one of the topics that we really wanted to cover today is things you can do that are like the bang for the buck. So just, what can you do to kind of brighten up your house and make it more of what today's styles are, and probably paint and color is one of the best.
Definitely. Bang for your buck, paint by far is the number one. So I know here in Albuquerque you don't have a lot of casements, but where you do, my recommendation is you go with a white or just barely off-white, like a Swiss coffee white on all of your wood trim, and then your background tint color on the wall. And if you're going to go into the gray range, make sure it's a warm gray, not a cool gray. You don't want it to feel institutional.
Okay, wait. Just define warm versus cold in the color palette.
So warm tones have warm colors are yellow, red, orange, so it's undertones of the red, yellow, orange versus cool tones, which have purple, green, blue are the cool tones, and are great in certain contexts, but you don't want it too drearied in those grays. So
got it.
That's what you want to have some warm undertones. So when I say gray, kind of taupe has the warm, that
right.
Actually it has an orange undertone, most of the taupes.
Yeah, got it. So what else, just off the top of your head, I mean, what's happening in the design world? What's really hot when getting away from just color overall?
Excuse me, I almost choked. So just moving away from as I said earlier, the overall dark, heavy, carved furnishings into things that are more sleek, contemporary, but not the contemporary from pre-old world phase. It's kind of a blend of vintage style with reclaimed wood, with sort of industrial elements. They're all coming together to create this sort of new vintage modern look, and fresher, newer. But again, it's not this ultra sleek, black and white. It's a warmer look.
Would you say authenticity? Like there's more authenticity in the furnishings and wares?
Yeah,
in the
that's
design?
a good word. Yeah, I think people, they want a connection to the past. And definitely green trends are in. So using reclaimed elements or elements from the past is both green and also ties you to those traditional elements. But then it's reworked in a fresh way with cleaner lines. So, authenticity is a good word, yeah.
Do you think the trends that you're seeing in Phoenix apply here? I mean, we're just neighbors. That's overall.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have your own kind of style elements that we don't have, but there's still, I think, a definite bridge between our looks, and so absolutely.
Outdoor living wise, what do you? I mean, Phoenix is similar to us in the sense that there's a lot of outdoor living. Of course, in the summertime, you guys can't live outdoors, right? Pretty much.
Well, we do, because you're hilarious, Steve.
Yeah.
That's
right. You can't go outside in the summer.
Wait, every house in Phoenix has a swimming pool, by the way.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, so we do actually live outdoors a lot. Very similar. And outdoor living spaces are huge in the Phoenix area, as they are, I'm sure, here.
They are. And of course, we get the much cooler nights here in the summer than you guys do. You don't really, it gets down to, 105 at night or something?
Let's hope it's not that hot.
Okay,
I'm
all
with
right.
Tigo, though. I have a timeshare in Scottsdale, and I know that on the golf course at 6 a.m. it's like 118 or something.
I know.
Like
It better not be.
I give her a hard time because I used to
You
live.
guys
I used to
exaggerate.
live there, and of course, we love New Mexico. I love New
Sure.
Mexico. I mean, this is home to me, and I do love our climate because we do get those cool nights, warm summer days. What do you see happening with the outdoor design, though, in outdoor, living spaces, let's call them?
Well, they are just that. They're living spaces. So rather than having a table and some chairs, there really are living spaces. So you have seating that creates a conversation area, maybe anchored with a fire pit or some sort of water feature. Then you have area for dining, maybe an extended outdoor kitchen, and then it connects to the house in some way. So, in Phoenix, I know we have a lot of these glass curtain walls that can be pulled back, so you have this indoor-outdoor space that's great for both lounging and especially for entertaining.
So I know that you have worked with folks from the Albuquerque area who have second homes in the Scottsdale and Phoenix area, and I'm just curious how that's worked for you and what you've seen that might be different or challenging, or how smooth it might work.
Oh, it's great. I love working with people from Albuquerque. I mean, one of the things, we have access to design centers that you guys don't have, so we're able to touch, see, and feel fabrics, furnishings, accessories that you might not have access to. So it gives, extends the range of what we can design. And, of course, local isn't the extent of it. I have products at my fingertips nationally and beyond. So it's great to work with folks from Albuquerque.
We're gonna take a break here in a minute. If you just joined us, we're the Venturi team with Keller Williams Realty. This is our show, and Lainey, I'm taking your spot. I used to do this all myself, so I got to get used to.
So make sure you mention 95.9 FM and 1600 AM Kiva.
There you go. If you want to talk real estate here in the Albuquerque market, you can call us at 933-6881, and our website is welcomehome.abq.com. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about more about home design, but also staging in designing your home to sell it, to make it a marketable product.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We'll be right back on ABQ. What do we have on the home of the week?
Thank you. Well, we love to showcase what we recently listed for sale. And we listed two really fun properties this week. One's in Ancala Village, which is a little gated neighborhood near Bear Canyon, Arroyo, kind of the open space there. And it's a fairly new house for the Northeast Heights. It's a single story, listed at $260,000. Probably will sell pretty quick, little gated neighborhood. Nice kind of updated finishes, which is the topic of today. And another one in 7 Bar North, kind of by Cibola High School, across kitty corner from Intel. Nice 2-story with backyard access. It's really clean and ready to go at $195.
Oh,
so
great price.
Get on our website and check them out. Those houses and all the others, welcomehomeabq.com, or give us a call. Obviously, we love to talk about real estate.
So we've been talking about, design trends and stuff, really interesting about color and where that's going. And I guess, like we said, we've seen that the grays are really hot right now with
50 shades of them. I just had to. I almost wanted to do the last segment, but I had to throw it in somewhere. I haven't even seen it. Just thought I'd be, current.
Yeah.
All right, you can edit that out.
Anybody here seen it? No. Okay. Hey, so what other, things that are real popular right now? I know flooring is always, a big issue for homes. It's actually one of the most expensive remodel projects you can do in your home, because you can spend anywhere from $3 a square foot to $20 a square foot, right? Well,
That's right.
I'm sure you probably do ones that are more than $20 a square foot, but what's really popular in flooring right now?
Wood has been popular for a little while, and it's because the quality of the engineered wood floors have so many options and manufacturers out there, and many ranges of engineered wood that's easy to install, super durable, a wide range of colors and wood species, and just looks beautiful, and it's not as hard underfoot as, say, a tile or stone. So people are really liking wood. And then speaking of tile and stone, there are also a lot of wood porcelain tiles now that give you the look but not necessarily the maintenance of a wood floor, and people are really liking just the ease of it and the look of it. And those are evolving as well. We're seeing longer planks and a mix of sizes just to give it more authenticity in the look of tile.
Yep, and they look great. I mean, the porcelain wood, oh my gosh. I mean, so many new homes are starting to use it right up front, even with custom home builders and some tract housing. So
yeah, big time.
They're using it.
And there's just a wide range of colors out there. Not every tile is the same, so It doesn't look like, it actually looks like wood.
It looks like wood, but you don't have to clean it like wood. It's easy to clean. So.
That's right.
And it seems like that's something people really want these days in their homes. Really easy to keep clean. They don't want all the allergens and dust and dirt.
Low maintenance.
For sure. I'm seeing people moving away from carpeting. They are tired of the dust. They're tired of the allergen. Even in bedrooms, which is usually, sort of the last holdout for carpeting, and just using area rugs to have that landing space next to your bed so your feet don't, your bare feet don't land on hard surface.
You're describing my house right now. Look at you.
Of course, here in New Mexico, we got this cool thing called the brick floors, which we personally love because that's what we have in our house, but brick floors are very cool. And it's kind of a unique New Mexico thing, I would say. Do you see those in Phoenix?
It's absolutely unique to your area. It's one, and I love them, and I don't know why we don't do them in Phoenix, but we just don't. And absolutely love them. When Jason came at Christmas, he said, "Why don't we have brick floors? They're so easy to maintain," but it's just not something we do there.
Coming from California, when I came here, my first home had radiant heat, and to be able to walk on those warm tiles was just absolutely stunning. So I'm sure you have a lot of homes here that have those.
We do. Actually, ours has that, and we love it, and the pets love it. You can tell where the warm spots are because the animals gravitate.
Yeah.
So regarding flooring, concrete is also still very hot, not always just in a contemporary setting. So there's a lot of finishes, both stain and coatings that you can do to concrete to give it a lot of texture depth, including scribing it so you can create patterns and designs and colors. And it gives you, a lot of variety for not a lot of cost. So concrete is very popular in the Phoenix area, and I imagine it is here as well.
Especially if you're in Flying Star or Satellite Coffee. They have a great artist that does their stained concrete floors. So, yeah.
So let's talk about just marketing, a product, okay? Because that's what happens when somebody puts their home for sale. We know it's a home. You've made memories there. It's all of that stuff. But all of a sudden it goes on the market, and now it becomes a product. And just like any other product, you have to merchandise it, correct?
Absolutely. So what I would say is, and this is true for myself in my own home, when you walk through your house day in and day out, you become blind to what's there. You can't see it, and you don't realize how potentially cluttered, I'm not saying always, but potentially cluttered it can become. And so someone that's going to sell their house, the first thing they need to do is declutter. And my recommendation is you bring someone through with a fresh set of eyes, and you try and listen to what the feedback they're giving you, not from a personal standpoint, but from an objective standpoint in terms of selling your home. Of course, your real estate agent would be the perfect person for that. So
you're saying don't take it personally.
That's what I'm saying, Tigo.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't take it personally. It really isn't. And it's an opportunity to pack things up, organize, go through stuff, and put those things away so that you're ready for your new home, new location, and really just take things, and it's going to feel bare to you. It's going to seem stripped. It's going to seem sterile. You know that you've gotten it right if it feels that way.
One thing we notice when we're doing photographs of house, of course, photographs are a huge deal now in marketing homes because 90% of people are looking for homes online. Or I think that number's higher now. Anyway, the thing we see is even if you're in the space and you understand space better than me, it may not feel cluttered, but all of a sudden you put it in this two-dimensional plane of a photograph, and everything jumps out. It's all on a single plane, and it becomes much more cluttered.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in to the Venturi team, you are listening to 95.9 FM and 1600 AM Kiva, and you can also download our app at abq.fm.
Thanks, Lainey.
Sure.
Thanks you. And if anybody wants to call us, talk real estate, again, our number is 933-6881, and our website is welcomehomeabq.com.
Absolutely. So it's weekend. We love to talk real estate, so call us anytime. We have a realtor on duty at that number almost all the time. So feel free to call us even if it's, Saturday, Sunday, because probably we're working. So getting back to...
So what other things when somebody's getting ready to, put their home on the market other than the declutter? I mean, I think everybody hears that. What other things can they do to really make it become this really... to merchandise this product that they're putting on the market?
Fresh paint.
Yeah.
Fresh paint, absolutely. take things off the counter. That goes back to the decluttering. Have a professional, either stager or, in many cases, a real estate agent can help arrange the furniture in a way that maybe you haven't arranged it, but will have it look more like somebody coming into the house could see their furnishings be. So a new space plan within the living room.
One thing we always talk about is, you want to have it so that potential buyer coming in can see themselves living in this home, correct?
Exactly.
And so, maybe the way you have the furniture works for you and it's livable for you, but it may be, let's say, awkward for somebody else.
Lighting is another aspect that's really important. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most natural light you can get in first and foremost, but not glaring natural light. So if there's sheer curtains, you want those drawn, but maybe not have the drapes drawn or the blinds drawn. You want to open it up to the outside as much as possible, letting that natural light in. And then secondary light, as little fluorescent light as possible, the most either incandescent and or halogen light.
And one thing I wanted to mention, it's more than just for the seller and obviously getting the most for their home and, making it a nice product. For the buyer, too, because, the buyer comes into a crazy cluttered house with it's dark. They can't see it. And maybe it's the perfect home for them, but they can't see it through the fog, let's say.
That's absolutely true. I didn't realize, because I naturally see things in 3D, and I didn't know other people can't do that. So I can walk into a cluttered space and see the blank canvas, but most people can't do that. So you need to stage it in such a way that buyer can see themselves there.
So kind of a takeoff on the whole lighting thing is one of the things I've noticed is we've got all these energy-efficient bulbs now in our houses, and it really seems like they don't get bright enough to really show the house. And so it's great that there are all these energy-efficient bulbs, but it's almost like you need to change them out to sell your house maybe.
But good light, as I said, is essential. You need to not have it be dingy and dim.
Well, we're out of time. You're going to have to call in, I think, on future episodes because this was awesome.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it was really great. Thank you so much for being here. The Venturi team has expanded, and we are all enlightened and educated so much more on Albuquerque real estate.
Let's get one more round of websites for both of you.
Sure, yes. So our main real estate website here in Albuquerque, home search, all that good stuff, welcomehomeabq.com. And of course, you're in Phoenix, but, maybe there's somebody here that has a home over there, or maybe,
someone from Phoenix is relocating to Albuquerque.
Yeah, absolutely. My website is GiaVenturiInteriors.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here, being on the show, being on Market Makers and Risk Takers. You are listening to ABQ.FM. We'll be right back with so much more.